Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Teacher Heather, and I'm here with another VIPKiD ESL Learning tip. Today, I'm going to talk about building rapport. What do you mean building rapport? What is that? That is when you talk to your student and you build a relationship with that student. And your ultimate goal is for your student to have their best possible experience in your classroom. And not only that, but you want them to keep coming back to you and keep booking you. Now, this is with any ESL company or any kind of teaching or interaction. You want to build a good rapport. You want them to feel liked and listened to and welcome in. So we're going to talk about 3 steps today: the beginning, the middle, and the end. But your middle can really be the during the whole beginning to end. Now, in the beginning is always important. What I do when my student comes on, I always say, hello, especially if it's a new student. We can talk about new versus a regular student, but if it's a new student, I always say, hello, welcome. My name is Teacher Heather. What's your name? And ... And you listen, and depending on their proficiency, they'll say, bow bow, or they kind of look at you funny like, and like, what's your name? My name is Heather. And then a lot of times you know what their name is. And if they are having trouble, you can say, are you Bow Bow or are you Sarah? And they're like, yes. So, okay, so we always say hi, and I always welcome them to my classroom. I ask their name, and then once they tell me their name, and hopefully you can repeat it, because sometimes they pick English names, but sometimes they have their Chinese names. And I try to do my best, but if they're like, yeah, my name is Bow Bow, I always say, oh, it's nice to meet you. And if I know their name, I'll say, it's nice to meet you, Bow Bow. Or if I can't pronounce it and I don't want to offend them, I just say, it's nice to meet you. And then I always say, how are you today? And then they'll say, I'm happy or I'm sad. And then you can kind of ask them, oh, did you have a good day? How was your day? Did you have fun today? And, just getting to know them. But not only that, but you're also listening to their responses and you can judge their proficiency in English. And this is usually how I can base the rest of my lesson. Like if they're very proficient, if they're like a level 6, level 5, and it's great, then I'm going to have to ask a lot of extension. But if they're like a pre-VIPKiD or level 2, and even sometimes level 3s, and they're just struggling, and you can kind of gauge what kind of mood they're in too. And it's getting to know them because you want to know what they like or dislike. Now, I'll say, we'll go from there. Like, how was your day? It was great. All right. Are you ready to get started? And then you wait for an answer and they'll say, yes. All right, let's do it. And then I go. And this shouldn't take more than a minute or two, depending on what time you enter the class and what time they enter the class. And so the next part of building rapport is during the lesson. I always try to give positive encouragement, even if they're struggling or if they're proficient. I'm always like, give me a high five. Good job. And I do that even with my rewards, or if they're a upper level and they're not too big into rewards, or if the rewards take too long, like tic-tac-toe and hangman. Especially hangman can be a little lengthy. So I always tell them what a great job they're doing. Because if they're trying, then they're doing a good job. And the most important, I think, is at the end. And this is how you leave them feeling one way or another. And you want them to have had a good experience. And hopefully you had a good experience. So I get to my last slide, which is the goodbye slide. And I ask them, did you have fun today? And most of the time they say, yes, I did. Thank you. And then I always hold up my goodbye sign, which you can print it off, which that's all I did was print it off and laminate it. And I got my popsicle stick so I can do my hello and my goodbye. And I always thank them because thanking is a very, very important in the Chinese culture. So even in my feedback, I thank the parents for letting me teach them. I even write a special note to the student, which I'll do another video about feedback. But I always say, did you have fun today? Me too. Thank you for letting me teach you. It was so nice to meet you. If they were a new student, or I'll say, it was so nice to see you again. And then I always say, thank you for letting me teach you. I hope you have a great night or a great day, depending on when it is. And sometimes I've gotten mixed up because it's opposite of us. So it'll be like nighttime, like right now, and I'll be like, have a great night. No, I meant great day. So, and that's what I do. And I think, and if it's a repeat student, I just kind of change it up, like, unless I haven't seen them in a while, or some of your regulars will also have other teachers. So if it's been a while, like none of the recent feedbacks are yours, I always reintroduce myself, or especially if it's like a level 2, because they might not remember. But if it's upper level, I usually don't say, my name is Teacher Heather. I'll just say, hi, I'm so happy to see you. How are you? And that's about it. And I think it's very important to build rapport with your students and to make them feel welcomed and excited about learning English. And that's all I have for that. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you have a great night. Goodbye.